This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved and contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day and thanks for listening to or watching the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses Show. I'm BEN68 here with my co-host Morecheese for episode number 93, recording on Friday the 14th of July for Cheese, which is Saturday the 15th for me.
Today we had Zozo on to help us talk some ish and help me tease Ben a bit. We talked Upland, went over some articles, and I do some really bad impersonations.
Yes, old McMorecheese had a farm, OMFing. That'll make more sense later on. Don't worry about it. It's another Metaverse Hype Baby episode of
the worst show ever.
Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese. Whine and Cheese. Time for Whine and Cheese.
One is a wanker, one's slinging stunts. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
Hello and welcome to the Whine and Cheese and Metaverses Show. Thank you, Zoe, for that alley-oop. We're here with my co-host Ben. We have Zoe in the mix.
Flashbacks to work.
We're in episode 93. Ben?
The place to be, apparently, isn't that what you said?
Oh, okay.
The place to be.
Place to be. Well, yeah, if you want to be here, I guess. Take it away, Ben.
All right, what are we into? What do we start with? The kingdoms or something? Aren't you getting attacked from all angles? Can you get me up to speed with that? I don't have my finger on that pulse whatsoever. So what's
what
the
was it
latest
again?
and greatest?
Latest and greatest. Latest and greatest.
With Upland kingdoms, everybody's murdering each other or something.
Yeah. All right. So Upland Kingdoms war started. War. Good God, y'all. What is
it good for?
Making some epics. Actually, I've made about a good, 80,000. I've known people who made over 100,000 epics. Yeah, now that war has started, people are gonna need peasants. They're gonna need soldiers. They're gonna need food. Like, get in there. It's a gold mine. It's a gold mine. Zoe, you playing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just loaded up all my jobs and my peasants, and I'm doing my thing. I have like embargo until when was it? The 17th.
All
so
right.
I've got two days left or so before I can be attacked.
Let it happen.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
I said, you can vassalize me.
Well, I'm already vassalized. I'm Vaseline, vassalized. I don't know. Maybe both. But was that bad? That was really bad. That was really bad. Sorry.
Who got you?
Keeping cool. I think it was going to be the 57 student, and then Bacon started attacking, and then Keeping Cool started. I don't know how I got into Keeping Cool, because there were 3 people attacking me. I don't know. Do they play rock, scissors, paper after it?
I think,
see who gets it.
I think they can attack each other as well.
Oh, because they were on the same side, though.
Yeah, but I think you can still attack each other, and that's one of the caveats that people were discussing.
So
was that even if you're on a team, like, you can still go against who you're partnered with, and wind up the ultimate victor.
All right. So I just wanted to experience war, right? So I fought, and then the person who helped me asked me to help them, so I helped. And I think that's the end of my fighting. I think I'm just gonna be Sweden from now on. Like, oh, I don't like you, but I'm gonna sell to you to make some money. I like you, maybe I'll give you a better deal, you know.
Well, the people who make the most money in wars are the ones who sell to both sides. So, yeah, absolutely.
Sweden.
There's no love lost between UDU members, obviously, because Keeping Cool's a UDU member. So.
Oh, is he? Damn you, bastard. Well, okay, I'd rather be, I guess, vassaled by a UDU member than, but yeah, and I'm gonna tell people starting out, give yourself the 3 weeks to set your camp up. You know, I have 17 farms now. If you want to raise anything to sell, you really do need to put a little bit of work into it. You can't just get into the game and try to start making money, because then you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot by making your own army or peasants starve or leave you with a Dear John letter. Dear John. Remember that show, Dear John? No?
It was a movie, wasn't it?
It was a show, and it was about this guy who his wife left him, and all she left him was this Dear John note. And basically, it's kind of like how ghosting was before the internet.
Yep.
But they're actually letting you know they're leaving, which is
I'm
nice.
ducking out for some milk.
No, but they would actually explain it. Like the whole the intro song was the letter. It's like, Dear John, by the time you read this letter, I'll be gone. Life goes on. Something and something.
The letter sounds really familiar.
Dear
I think I've seen it.
Yeah. And like
don't
his whole
remember
life,
the show itself.
the whole show is him going to this talk group about how sad he is about losing his life.
Sounds absolutely riveting.
What the fuck? It was weirdly funny, and I was watching it as like a little girl, like 8, 9 years old. I don't
sort
know.
of like Becca. I watched Becca when I was young, and he always had such a dry, morbid sense of humor. But
Becca.
Yeah, he was the doctor, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Dr. Becca, yeah. It was a funny show. You must have seen that.
Becca. Is it like BECCA?
BECKER, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Becker.
Becker.
Becca.
Water.
Becca.
Water. Not water. Not Becca.
Becca. I keep forgetting you both are Australian.
Yes.
Yeah. We got bogan verbiage.
Do. All right. While we're reminiscing, maybe that's a good segue to the first kind of uplandy thing. Well, the second, I guess, after
Oh,
Upland
shit.
King
Is that
we're
Ted
gonna talk about.
Danson? I'm so sorry.
That is him. Yep.
Wow. How did
You must have seen that show.
this?
You must
I've
have
never
seen
seen this.
It's
Really?
funny. I think you'd really like it.
it. Yeah.
He
Did
looks
he
so
have a
horrible.
secretary, and she was sharp as a whip too?
She's a lady in
Yes.
that Mike Myers movie. So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Mm,
I love that movie.
yes.
She was good in that too.
Nice. All right. Speaking of reminiscing, now something that's a throwback to way back when, even before the very first San Francisco terminals were released. That's right. There was a time when there wasn't even a San Francisco terminal. And when terminals in San Francisco were released, it was big news at the time. And people at the time spent, oh mama, big dollars to get in on those. And part of the deal was that they were going to get a share of revenue for all of the ticket purchases that were part of that. It wasn't just going to be about the, the visitor fees when people land on your terminal to fly away. It was you were going to get a share of the actual funds that were being created. This has been a sore point in the community for 3 years or more.
And the main discussion in the chief executive dinner.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what Tid has to say on Tuesday. It's so funny. He was the first one I thought of. And I DM'd him and I'm like, congratulations. And the first thing he said was, I guess what I did at the dinner was good.
Nice. Yeah, because he went hard on that. Doesn't he have like terminals everywhere?
Yes. He invested well, and he told me his idea and what he wants to do with it. And I'm not going to share it here, of course, because it's a secret, but it's very clever.
Yes. Yeah, well, it makes sense. Like if you have some kind, well, obviously I don't know what his deal is, but they have announced as part of this that we'll get into that you can run MetaVentures out of your terminal, and lots of people do stupid shopping when they're at terminals and buy all sorts of shit they don't need. So
this is true.
I do place that. To have a business.
I'm like, what piece of shit do I want to buy every time I go flying?
Yes, souvenirs to take where you're going that nobody wants. Here's some stuff to stick in your house. Starting this month, we will officially begin implementing an UpX earnings program for all terminal owners in Upland. This means players who own a terminal will now receive a portion of the UpX earnings generated from terminal ticket sales. Hip, hip, hooray. Better late than never. It'd be nice if those terminal owners got some juicy back pay. That would be nice. But I guess the terminals have changed hands so many times. It would be a bit weird on who gets what, but yes.
And also, fuck. Fucking forgot now. Wait, no. Oh, all right. So this is good for everybody because everybody's gonna want people to go to their terminal, right? So everybody I could see put their fees down to the lowest amount they can.
I don't think that's going to impact. What does this say here? The UpX earnings rate will be set at 20% and will be distributed among terminal owners of the same type in their respective cities, solely based on their respective terminal and parcel size. UpX earnings will be distributed on a monthly basis during the first week of each month with the first payment. So I don't think it matters what your individual property send fee is. It's just going to be a divide and send out. 20%? I mean, that's better than slapping a face with a dead fish, but
some people
still
like
seems
being
a bit greedy.
In the face with a dead fish.
But then again, I suppose. Remember, we got announced that royalties for NFT sales, like outdoor decor, map assets, and everything, there's going to be royalties coming through finally after we've all been whinging and complaining about that. So I don't expect that's going to be as high as 20%. We haven't heard any news about that as a follow-up either. So yeah, 20%. I guess that's quite decent actually when you think of the wider, NFT space for kickbacks.
Well, depending on the city you're in too, depends on the amount of terminal lots that there are. So if you happen to be in a city where there's only 4, that divided up, there's 5%.
Yep.
So that's it can be beneficial.
I wonder how it's going to play in, international versus domestic, or is it, are they all like San Francisco international is its own thing, San Francisco domestic is its own thing, or whether they're combined? Yeah, who knows?
Well, it does say based on city, so
it does too. Yeah,
I would say it would probably each city would probably have their own rate, so to speak.
Yeah. Interesting to see.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely very overdue, and it's good that they've followed up and got this done. And good on you, Dr. Ted, even though you've kicked up a bit of a stink and got yourself banned here, there, and everywhere. At least you're gonna you got some positive about it because results, absolutely. Yeah. So yes. sometimes I guess it does pay to have a big hissy fit. And yeah, that was the other point, MetaVentures for terminal owners. I think this is going to be huge. So those two factors combined, I think is going to, like, the secondary terminal sales have always been, like, that's where some of the big money is at. You know, there's landmarks, that's big money, and then terminals are the next step down from that. This is going to, obviously, this will have a significant impact on the secondary terminal price figures. So yes, I don't know. I've flipped every terminal that I've had my hands on.
I had to flip my Chicago one that I was lucky enough to win. I remember Abdullah purchased it. I think it was at the time it was 3.5 million.
Yeah.
And it was very good because you put to good use towards Bronxdale.
Yes. All right. Now, this is interesting here too. Like it says here, it's important to note that players will not be able to construct properties on their terminal yet, which makes sense because what structure could you put on these terminals? These terminals are quite narrow. Most of them are very thin. So what were you going to put on there? A small townhouse? That doesn't make sense. So yeah,
maybe
it makes
they'll
sense
have something. They'll have
they
something
should have
new.
their own unique structure.
So maybe a unique structure and also some new thin chode homes for. Wait, that's an oxymoron. Shop. What's the opposite of chode?
You go Twiggies.
Donk.
Long and skinny.
A whipcock.
A Twiggy home.
Twig stick.
Oh, and Joe Jones just messaged me. I let him know that I'm recording the Whine and Cheese. Joe Jones Pro. He told me to give him a little shout out. So shout out to Joe Jones Pro. Woo woo.
Yeah, so that's good. And yeah, it makes sense that they're going to do a custom structure for that because it would be a bit ridiculous to have townhouses on terminals. So we'll have to wait and see.
It would be nice to see like little sort of like station buildings.
Yeah.
You know, just for terminals. Something that when side by side or placed together, it looks like one big station. That would be cool.
So that like the really terminal, cool. The terminal itself would be constructed as a complete 3D building, and then you get one particular slice of that to build.
Yeah, that could be one way of doing it. Or you could have them sort of like secular. So you've got little sections of that same building that you can choose from. Or
modular, I think you meant.
Yeah, modular, that's the one. Modular. Yeah. So yeah, I think that could create a lot of player interest, you know, especially if they open that up to, you know, user generated content and designs.
Absolutely. All right. What else is on the Upland radar? Well, of course, we have the latest round of, I'll bite my tongue and say MV Motors. It's just, what is it all? It's just all Series 2. There's no R's, there's no E's. This is just the cheapest there is to get currently, isn't it? But even that's, oh no, there is some E's. 4E.
What does L mean?
L.
Yeah, what the hell
Series
is L
2
mean?
trim L. L. Don't know. 80,000, 80,000. I'm not going to touch this.
Yeah, that doesn't. But all right, Series 4E, that's the only good one right now. Maybe L is limited.
Yeah, it must be exclusive, limited, rare.
So it's, yeah. So in my mind, the E's are the only ones that are something. But if you need a car and you don't have 100,000, I think those Series 2s, and maybe even the Series 4, I don't know, are decent. Because
the trouble,
go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say the trouble is, I think you can pick these up now for $30 US.
Oh, yeah. Well, not everybody wants to pay with US.
Yeah, I'm a prime example of that too. So, yeah. I don't know. I wonder why they're not doing any more semi-truck sales or anything like that. That's the only thing that I'd be really interested in. Because
Now,
yeah, I
wait a
think you're right.
second. That's
Yeah,
what they
what do you
look
got?
like. What do
Oh,
the
here.
cars look like?
They're just the
But
same.
that's kind of pretty.
Unless it's got the
Yeah.
stripe on it. I don't know, see if this crashes.
Well, I think if all the new car, like if the new cars have the stripe, they should all have it.
No,
That's-
it doesn't.
But that's just a regular.
That's the
That's
Series
just a 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that color green. That's my favorite color green. It's so beautiful.
Where's the 2s?
Fast forward.
Series 4E trim. No, it doesn't have the.
Yeah, that
Doesn't
looks
have the
very
racing stripes.
basic. That doesn't even the
There's
Series
2.
4E. Yeah. Where's that yellow car we saw on top? That one looked great. Yeah, that's not it.
That's this one, isn't it? The 4E
Oh,
trim.
that's it. Yeah, that looks nice.
Oh, it's got a black hood. I think that's the difference. Yeah, it's got the E's have a black hood.
Oh, that's cool. And that where the door is, that little thing on the bottom, that looks really good on the yellow and the red.
Yes. Yeah, well, if you don't have a car yet, I'm sure you'll have ample opportunity to pick these up. So make sure you register. Yeah. And that's pretty much all I've got for Upland stuff, unless there's anything you girls have got.
Let me see.
She's pretty slim pickings at the moment.
Yeah, that
I
was
was
it. Sorry,
just
go
trying
on.
to
Before the song.
find out what the L meant, but
Yeah,
it's not
I
like
think
written down anywhere.
it's got to be like Cheese says, because it sticks with the collection format. You know, R for
Yeah.
rare, E for exclusive, L for limited.
Yeah.
And then you got your
Yeah.
standards, your standard shit boxes.
I love how they were like players were screaming about the limited car sales, and now like it's taking longer and longer for them to sell out, and you know they're selling for less on the secondary than what they're charging in store. So yes,
I don't
it's
think
interesting.
I don't think they took that long to sell though. It's just 2
But
days and for shit cars, and only because people had to wait for their turn.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
It's like
But
you covered it when I think we talked about it on the YouTube podcast, Cheese, where they're kind of Upland standard. If they do, if it sells out in hours, everyone complains. If they sit there for days, a couple of days, everyone complains. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people complain. So they can't win.
I think it's just a sign of stabilization. Unless they've got hordes of new players coming in on a monthly basis, then I think the sales will stabilize and the duration will lengthen just a little bit.
I still think it was a fast sale. 2 days for shit cars.
I'm not saying that it wasn't fast or decent. I think it ran its course the way it was supposed to. But compared to previous sales, even with some of the lesser in demand cars, they went quite quickly too. So
Well, if they
think-
bring passengers and cargos and semi trucks, I think those would be gone. But then you still have to wait for people to take their turn. That's the whole thing with how they did it. Like even if people want these cars, every person in line has a certain amount of time before they lose their spot. So you just got to go by that as well.
yeah.
Yes.
Women types.
Just looking here. I'll just bring this up quickly because it kind of speaks to what we're talking about. And yeah, Zoe's talking about, we're still doing all right, even though we're at the bottom of we don't know it's the bottom, but we're still well entrenched in a bear market. This is the historical Upland stats. It's kind of a stabilization period. I think that looks pretty stable. It's a bit up and down at the end, but you're still talking about unique active wallets, 24,000 unique active wallets on the daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking damn good.
That's crazy good.
I mean, it's not the highs where we had, 51,000 or whatever it was, 60,000 almost in a single day. But, for the longest time, we were a lot lower than that. We were in the 7,000. So
just like Decentraland.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're still there now.
High.
They're still 8,000 per day.
So I don't know. That seems like pretty stable building kind of
it's steady growth
trend line there.
I mean, we all like to see those spikes stay steady, but I like organic steady growth, and I think this shows that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's quite decent for the overall general market trends that are out and about around the place. I mean, look at that. That's the yearly. We're jumping around between 19,000 and 27,000 on any given day. I don't know. Fudsters can fud, but that seems pretty damn healthy to me.
Well, on the round table that Cheese and I attended yesterday, it was unanimous that Upland was the better Metaverse platform that we'd all experienced. So it says something.
Yeah. I mean, not that you wouldn't be biased at all, but yeah, it makes perfect sense. It's just, it always comes back to being weird to me that there's still very little, mainstream news, notice, shine on the whole thing. I can only think, like we've covered this before, that it's because UPX isn't on an exchange that doesn't have that extra market dynamic. So, which, as we've covered extensively, that's a good thing for everybody that's on board. But, one day we'll get our moment in the sun. One day.
Wait.
And that could always change too in future.
What is your
like
idea?
They might
go ahead.
Want to put it on a blockchain.
Well, is that what you meant by moment in the sun, Ben? Putting it on a blockchain?
No, I just mean like mainstream attention. Like, hey, have a look at this thing that everyone's been working on, building on for the last 4 years that nobody's heard of, nobody knows about,
Because I don't want it on a blockchain, to be honest.
No, neither do I. Yeah.
Actually, it's funny you mention that because I just watched a movie with almost the exact same story. No main media platforms want to take it on. It's called Silence of Freedom. And yeah, it's pretty heavy. Mel Gibson has been marketing it.
Yes.
About
the kids.
It is definitely well worth the watch. There is nothing visually graphic in it or anything like that. And I can't wait till it comes to Australia. But it's limited series, no main media. Like it's.
What does it have to do with blockchain?
Just similar situations.
Just the vibe.
The lack of mainstream media for something that really should be getting the attention.
Yeah. The child trafficking. Yeah. Oh, downers. Let's give us some uppers.
Well, there is some good news. We have been talking about that Ripple was in that, XRP was in that litigation with the SEC. Well, they won their case.
They
did. How about that?
They did, and I have a song for this.
All right, go for it.
Catch a falling knife and put it in your pocket. Don't get cut. People getting into this now are going to get cut. The time to get in was yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before that.
Yep.
You cannot catch this knife.
No.
So don't.
Unless you're going to hold long term and you have plans or whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
There's no plans. There's only Zool.
Yes, XRP's 100% pump, barely enough to cover losses. Yeah, but
Yes.
scroll out. It's the whole market.
Yeah,
So,
wait till it falls, wait till it drops, wait till it stabilizes, and then wait till it starts moving up again slightly. That's when you get in.
yeah, that there'll be, and like they've
Not
won
funny.
this, so obviously there's a whole nother news cycle to come after that. So yeah, you buy before the news cycle. Not that it's financial advice. You got to do your own research, etc. But yeah, in a stunning turn of events, XRP won a significant legal battle against the US SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, with the court ruling that the company's XRP token is not a security. The verdict, widely celebrated in the crypto community, triggered a swift price surge for XRP, which at one point pumped by an impressive 100%. Yeah. If that had have gone the other way, oh mama, that would have been that would have just opened a massive can of worms. So if you're in the crypto space, even though there's a lot of XRP haters, I've got a little bag myself just for, long-term speculation.
What do they hate about making money on a pump? How can you hate that? Like, who cares about what you're trading as long as it makes
it's that
you
whole
money?
centralized, decentralized thing that people get their nose out of joint about. But yeah. Yes, if it had gone the other way, that would have been very bad for the wider community as a whole. So even if you're a XRP hater, you should celebrate this one.
Hater.
Price. The court ruling is undoubtedly a significant milestone for Ripple and could potentially change the game for XRP. If this legal victory can instigate sustained buying interest, particularly from institutional investors, it might set the stage for a longer-term value increase for XRP. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. What's this? Shiba Inu not invited. Take the watches.
Shiba Inu not invited. Why?
No.
What?
Okay, in the midst of, I said, take it away. That's your
Oh,
coin.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I didn't hear it either.
Hold on, I'm just asking solely for some peanut butter and jelly. All right. And then I keep eating my hair. In the midst of a broader cryptocurrency market rally, catalyzed by Ripple's significant victory against the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission. Woo! One coin to rule them all. No, I'm just kidding. One coin is noticeably lagging behind. That's right. The tide raises all sails, right? So, like,
and toads.
And toads?
Turds. Remember we.
Oh, turds. Oh, stop. All right. Sheep, the popular Mimi token, has not quite managed to ride the wave of optimism sweeping across the crypto sphere. But that's true. Yeah. Like, I wonder why you don't like my theatrics.
No, I just mean the way they've written that's hilarious. Sweeping across the crypto sphere.
Yeah, it's very theatrical.
Yes, many digital assets witnessed notable jumps, feeding into the broader market rally. However, Shiba Inu's growth has been relatively modest in comparison. Well, maybe that's good news if you still want to buy your bag of Shiba. Ethereum hits 200. I wonder what's that actually done at the risk of my lappy crashing. Let's just have a quick look here. I think when we covered the crypto markets in the ED podcast, the global market cap was 1.2. It's still 1.2 trillion. Bitcoin dominance has dropped. It was 50%. That's down to 48.6%, which makes sense. If some of these other coins are starting to pump, people pull out of Bitcoin to have a crack. Ripple is, that's quite a healthy jump there. Where's old mate Shib? It's usually at the bottom here somewhere. Shib.
You know what's funny? So Robinhood said that they couldn't sell Solana and Matic anymore, but you could still buy ETH and SHIB.
Well, that is weird. What's
right?
This?
That's very weird.
What's this? Why is that not showing me the chart? Come on, donkey, come on.
Donkey. I always think of Shrek.
That's why I do try
I'm
and
a
avoid.
noble steed.
Donkey. Oh, stop.
As a reminder to myself of why I don't try and click on live links in the middle of the show. Is it gonna load? Yes, it is.
Gonna
Oh,
load.
that's that shitty one.
Well, there you
Oh, it
go.
had a
There
bit of
goes
a
the
pump.
pump. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of a pump there.
15th. So that must have come in after the news article then. But then
Actually,
obviously,
yeah, that right there is a falling knife.
yeah.
Oop, and then it's coming up. Oh
Oh,
shit.
sorry.
And then it's coming back up again. So that's where you got to look. You see that ladder going down? You bastard.
Sorry, I keep jumping around trying to get to the scroll Eddie. Well,
So
that's on the
those
monthly
three reds.
down there, yeah. 1 year.
It's a oh my god, you're making me dizzy.
Sorry, we'll do one more. Scroll right out, and most of the charts look exactly like that. Yeah. So you're arguing about fractions of a percent when, realistically, you're down
Well, if you bought out from there, sure, but
Yeah.
many people make their money on fractions of a percent, and you could see if you go back to 7 days, you'll see the go to a month. All right, so this is an upside down head and shoulders, which is good. A head and shoulders is bad, but an upside down one, it's like shoulder, head. Oh no, this is an actual head and shoulders actually. So yeah, don't buy in yet.
So you're expecting a downturn.
A downturn, yeah, that's gonna just drop like cray. Let's see if I'm right.
Well, whenever you see a big fat green one like that, you gotta take a good long hard look at it.
Yeah, so you see that first lump, that's the shoulder, then the head, then the shoulder, and then it usually goes up again and then poof.
Falls off the cliff.
Yeah. Then you got to fill that gap.
Yes. Of course, none of that's financial advice.
Yes.
Yada, yada.
All speculation.
Speculation for your ass.
But in general terms, yeah, that is very good news, because the alternative would have been very bad. Now, you found this next one. There's so many of these articles coming out at the moment. The metaverse is dead, blah, 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 blah.
The metaverse is dead.
The metaverse is officially dead. Now it can finally be built. What?
Well, yeah, no, it gets into that, but it reminds me of that Flight of the Conchords song. The humans are dead and the robots taking over. They're like, the humans are dead. The humans are dead. I can't believe you say the metaverse is dead. And so you gotta be a Flight of the Conchords fan. This fan keeps putting the hair in my mouth. All right. Let's see. Meta Vice President Vishal Shah gets rid of the metaverse in an interview, sort of. This is the best thing that could happen to the metaverse. So I'm speculating, because that's all I read, that everybody, the first time you really try something, you throw in the kitchen sink, plunger, the microwave, you kind of throw in everything you can to see what sticks, and you make a lot of mistakes, right? So I'm thinking he is referring to all the mistakes people already made and are now learning from. So ask 10 people what the metaverse is, and you'll get an average of 3 entirely different answers and 7 blank looks. That sounds about right. The metaverse was introduced with much fanfare and bold rebranding as the meta market fad. This resulted in a wild frenzy of "we are in the metaverse" proclamations from all directions and businesses. Ronnie Abovitz, who failed with Magic Leap, is tinkering with his X-verse. Why is everything X?
It's a sexy letter.
It is a sexy letter, in which there are supposed to be gradations. What the fuck are gradations of sentience and autonomy? Sony surprisingly believes in the metaverse as an intense entertainment experience. Take it away, Zoey.
Microsoft's Nadella sees the physical and virtual worlds merging, primarily in the area of business applications. Oh, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that.
NVIDIA.
There we go. Jensen Huang sees the metaverse. Cheesy.
NVIDIA. How do
Calls
you
it
not know the
Omniverse.
best video card, graphics video card business company name? NVIDIA.
I don't build computers.
Neither do I.
I don't
But
play
you
on
play
computers.
Oh, that's right. You're a console girl. All right.
Yeah.
My condolences and apologies.
I'm an Xbox chick. As an overlay on the physical world that will merge areas such as social, gaming, and industry.
Yeah, buzzwords. According to Jason Rubin, people will only need to leave the metaverse for basic needs. People will only need to leave the metaverse for basic needs, but will spend their entire work and life in it, even getting married.
Yeah, I see this. All right, this is my vision. You wake up, you put on your augmented reality glasses, and you go to work, right? Anywhere you go in the future, you will be in the metaverse, working, in socializing, networking, playing, and
It'll
then
all be integrated.
Yeah, you got it. Then you got to go eat, and then you got to go poop, and then you go back on into your augmented virtual reality, or virtual reality, or both.
Think Free Guy.
Yeah, it's a well. Obviously, you know, there's certain jobs that can't apply to, but yeah, for the a large swathe of the community, including all of the jobs that are yet to be even created. But if the metaverse, well, I guess it's going to cover both, isn't it? But if you're in a headset and in the metaverse all day long for your 9 to 5 grind, are you going to want to continue onto that after you've had your dinner, and what are you going to jump back in?
Addiction is real, and it's something new. And
if
I can, I'm sorry, Zoe, I can play my video games for a whole weekend and not notice where the day went. I can see this.
Yeah. And if you're spending the bulk of your time in the metaverse working, then there's bound to be like leisure or social aspects that you're gonna want to get to afterwards.
Was it Lieutenant Dan that we had on from the X NFT? He was talking about how, you know, he's a game developer who's been in that space for a long time, but he doesn't actually play games. I think that's not uncommon. Because
it is with me personally.
Yeah. Yes, interesting.
I think when you develop those sorts of things, you run out of time to be able to game.
Yeah. Sorry, finish your thought.
I find that the busier I get with my Moxie, the less time I seem to have to be able to actually game.
Yeah.
Or even read. I like to read books, and I can't do that at the moment.
Well, it's becomes very mentally consuming. I know when I was doing game development, it's even in your downtime. If I was at my real life job, you're kind of on autopilot, but your mind's thinking, well, how am I going to fix that bug, or how am I going to crack that code? And you get home and you smash it out. And yeah, so it is a very, I think it's because it's so that kind of things is so very mentally stimulating. You need a break away from it.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I see it as my second wind in life, really. Like, I used to art all the time, and then I stopped, and like I was really depressed, and like now, as soon as I wake up, I start working. Like I have my stocks, of course, but I start working on my art projects that I have to turn in. I have something with Uplandia. I have something with somebody I can't say yet. You know, I have stuff with Avalon the Druids. I have stuff with my own thing. I have meta ventures that require my art. Like, it's never ending, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like for me, it's chaotic beauty.
Chaotic beauty.
And I'm
Nice.
grateful for it. Like I could see Ben, someone like you who enjoys the outdoors, but then what about the people who don't?
Yeah. Well, that's the one thing about the metaverse that's going to be, as I think I mentioned before, there's going to be a flavor for everybody.
Uh-huh.
And you make of it what you will, whether that be your own community that you create or getting involved with other communities and whatnot. So yeah, there's room for all of the above.
Agree.
What's it go on to say here? However entertaining that may be to read in summary, it's tiring to hear it in countless variations every day. After all, no one has yet come up with a definition that the world could agree on. Particular interests and competitive thinking have turned the idea of the metaverse into a cake that everyone bakes for themselves, yes, and sells as the only true cake. Yeah, that has some truth to it. Those who see parallels to organized religions are not too far off. Yeah, I think that's fairly accurate.
Yeah. Cults.
Yeah.
Then we have a cult.
Not to say that it's a bad thing, it's everyone has their own kind of brands or things that they narrow into, focus into. So yeah, that makes sense.
And it also reminds me of that shot. I'm a big movie buff. In with the one with Will Ferrell, where he's an elf. He's an elf. That's the name of the movie, Elf. And he takes the girl. He blindfolds her and he brings her to this best cup of coffee in the world. And she's like, oh, he's like, well, how is it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was so cute.
Every metaverse platform today.
Yes.
Yes. You're right.
Yep. But now this is officially over. Also, because Meta has gone into turtle mode in its rather unclear marketing of the metaverse. For now, the triumph of artificial intelligence certainly had something to do with the change in strategy. In an interview with Old Mates, he buried the metaverse. The metaverse hype is dead. Yeah, I think that is true.
No,
that
I
is
don't.
true.
I don't believe that at all. I think maybe for companies.
Yeah, I think the hype is the important point. You don't have all of these FOMO speculators who aren't interested in the actual tech or whatever. They just want to pump their bags.
Ah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like Zuck. Like first he wants this, then he wants this, then he wants this, and it's hype. Yeah, it's all hype horse.
Chasing the shiny. Doesn't know what he wants. Yes.
The letters LFG are now so disgusting to me after previous projects I've been in.
Oh well, green fuckheads ruined that. Yeah.
What's LFG?
Let's fucking go.
Let's go, bro. High five, butt slap.
Hey sir.
Yeah, it's fucking shit. No, I'm the same. Every time I see that, I'm like, yeah, okay, mental note, back away.
Yes, exactly. If I see LFG anywhere, I'm out.
Yes, leave your LFG comments in the comments.
Yes. I love our viewers. I love you guys. Do it. LFG.
Yes.
Let's all right, let's change it. Oh my god, I got something, but it's really bad.
How about it? It's the worst show ever. We got no expectations.
You say it.
Oh god, it must be good. I'm in share screen. Let's fuck goats. I think you're letting slip your fantasies again there.
Oh. Can always rock and roll.
All right. Oh wait. All right. So let's say a challenge. We'll think of something. I have no idea what the hell we're gonna give away. Maybe an NFT. Maybe just a pat on a back, a hug. Who knows? A mystery gift, mystery prize for anyone that comes up with a better acronym for "Let's fuck goats" in the comments will win.
Let's feast on gonads. Yeah, who knows? Come up with something. Yes. So it says the hype is dead.
Grapes. Sorry.
It says the hype is dead. So it talked about rebuilding here. So where's it going to go? So it says focus on the needs of the users and with a communication strategy. It's going to explain the point of the metaverse, because without picking people up in their real life and giving them a comprehensible answer to the question, why do I need the metaverse? This idea will never work. Well, the key in this is that when it first mentioned that thing, if you ask 10 people on the street, and 3 of them will give you a different answer and 7 will have no clue. The key there isn't the 3 that'll give you the different answer. The key is getting the 7 who've got no idea. It's getting them up to speed with it and them on board. Yeah, exactly.
Why do I need the metaverse? To make money. How do you make money? What a metaventure in Upland. How do you get a metaventure in Upland?
Oh boy. Are we gonna crack that? Are we gonna crack that can?
Anti-crack cans and Ben don't care.
Well,
We
for
kind
a
of
small fee, I can help onboard you.
there you go. We kind of had at it before we press record on this show that there has been apparently Upland's they're continually trying to improve the Metaventure application process, the onboarding of that. However, the current system it seems to be extremely biased towards people who have recently applied. There's people that have 7, 8 Metaventures all approved at once because they've applied just recently. And there's other people that have been left hanging like cheese for months and months and months, waiting. Even people that have said they've got the email, your Metaventure is approved, and they're just waiting for it to actually open. And then, of course, you don't even get told that it's open. It's just somebody like Nubex who tracks all of that, says, hey, congratulations. And you're like, oh, wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So if they're having a meeting, if they're having a meeting to improve Metaventures, it's a bit concerning that them having a meeting to improve it is news at all, because there's a lot to be improved, and that should just be it should be written in bold in the frickin' Upland whiteboard. Fix Metaventures.
I've never gotten an email for any of the showrooms I was approved for. It was just Nubex congratulating me. I'm like, what the fuck?
And and we're getting on to almost a year that we've had items submitted to be approved for outdoor decor map assets.
I was told I was approved for the Morecheese Pixel Palace factory months ago.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know this. And like, I don't even see anything there. I'm not able to use it. Like, and I I really do wish that they fix it for the current people in the map asset thing, because it's like, imagine I come in to the mix and it's like my fucking camera's being stupid, and it's like, oh, cheese is here.
Yes.
Sometimes this works.
Trying to refocus. Yeah, well, look at Samurai Aquatics and Decor. We had a bunch of items approved early on. We did that big, massive promotions. Buy a full set of the 10-piece set, and you're going to get this special bonus monument for free. Well, we submitted that monument. It's got to be close to a year ago.
Oh, God, at least.
We've not received any information that, it hasn't been approved yet because this needs to be fixed. It's just in who knows where, in who knows hands. It's probably gathering dust in somebody's forgotten hard drive somewhere. So, I don't know. Really, are they having meetings to improve Metaventures? Well, I hope to cross they are, because, as I said, there's a lot to be improved.
I don't want to get... Here's how I deal with stuff. Like, you say you're going to do something. I'm an action person. I don't believe it till I see it. So I'll wait and reserve my judgment. You know, a fun fact, my glasses, I don't know what the hell's wrong with my nose, but they always go from here to here. And then I push them way too far onto my face, and I get eyeball smudges. Like, you see me constantly cleaning my glasses because this eyeball juice is on there.
I don't have that problem because I've got a massive nose. So I have the opposite problem. Yeah, Maya's the same. I'm always looking at her glasses like, what, did you fall over in the mayonnaise jar or something? That's just freaking covered in eyeball slime. Yeah.
But that's different. No, you see me, I'm cleaning. I constantly have my cleaning cloth. Don't
Yes.
dox Maya. Poor Maya.
Yes.
Maya, he's doxing you.
He's been doxed for ages. She's put up with me for 17 years, I think.
I know.
She
Happy
knows my quote.
anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they just had a 17
Congrats.
years.
15 years was the anniversary, but I think we've been together for 17. So
Yeah, I'm not religious, so I don't really believe in marriage. So for me, it's when you met. Even though I'm married.
Christmas Eve, December 2005, I believe we met, but we were just mates for months and months and months. So.
Yeah. Sully and I were mates for 2 years before we even.
Yes.
But he was flirting with me. I don't pick up subtle hints, so I just thought he was really friendly.
Yeah.
Aye, indeed.
Yeah. Right. Is the metaverse dead? No. Is the metaverse hype dead? In certain circles, sure. But yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere. And I think we share the same opinion on that.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Now, I think you found this one too, didn't you? UK bill on online safety should apply in the metaverse, says lawmakers.
Yeah. Read that first sentence. It was so hilarious. That's the only sentence I read.
I'll see if I can do it in a
members of the
Pommy
House of
accent.
Lords. Yes, please.
Oh, no. If I try and do a Pommy, it does a Kiwi.
It's okay. Just let it come
pressure.
out. Let it come out.
No, see, I go straight Kiwi. I don't know how to do it. Several members. That's Kiwi. I don't know. Zoe, you got a Pommy accent?
I don't think so.
What is
No.
a Pommy accent? Like old school British.
Well, that's more Cockney.
1300s?
That's you usually dive into the Cockney side.
Several of the members of the House of Lords voiced concerns about children's online activities in legislation aimed at regulating anything communicated by means of internet service.
Well, you went posh. I like it.
Yeah,
I love that.
House of Lords.
High-end British.
Yes. Apologies to all our English listeners.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Anything communicated by means of an internet service. I guess that makes sense. Several members of the House of Lords voiced concerns about children's online activities. Legislation aimed. Yeah. I did hear, it might have been on the radio as I was driving to work. There's in Australia, we have like kids helpline and things like this. Like if it's promoted as like a mental health well-being thing. If you've got any issues, whether it be at school, home, or whatever, you call kids helpline and there's counsellors to help, guide you through things. They're getting bombarded by children as young as 7 and 8 years old who are being cyberbullied. So it is a massive problem. Like, I don't know, it's tricky. Yeah, Zoe?
I think some of the onus is on parents, though. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm not saying don't put these barriers and limitations and rules in, because it's protection. But I do believe a lot of it is onus on the parents. Like,
Yes.
my kids don't engage with devices unless myself or their dad are present. We monitor who they're talking to and what the content of that is. We limit the headset use to safe and trusted people. Even like Roblox and that sort of thing, like, because there is a huge predatory aspect of Roblox and Minecraft. It's really, really important for parents to be aware. Impose those screen time limitations and really monitor what's going on. Have those parental controls in place, people.
Yes. Can I ask how old your kids are?
I have a 16-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
Yeah, so I've got a 9, 11, and a 13. So you've got the similar plus the opposite end. Yeah, we've tried to give our kids as much freedom as possible, but we have certain, limitations and that sort of stuff as well. What horrifies me is like, and as parents, we're no angels for this as well. Like certain situations, yeah, we would give our 3-year-old a phone here. We're trying to eat in a restaurant, just freaking shut up for 5 minutes so we can eat our dinner and then we can get out of it. But you go around the supermarkets now and you see literally babies with tablets in front of them.
Yeah.
Literal babies tapping away, playing God knows what. That's a bit scary. But again, kids like my son Keanu, he was just fascinated by devices from an early age, and he'd play like his little Nintendo. He'd play on Mario or something on his Nintendo, but it was in very short bursts. It's tough because all of the world is headed this way. Like the jobs your kids and my kids are probably going to have are going to be in the digital space. So you can't protect them from it entirely. So yeah, I think this is good that there needs to be some kind of baseline kind of laws to work off or whatever.
Well, I never had real device issues with my eldest until she hit high school and got a phone. And then it all hit. And then my son, if I was to leave him unattended, he would literally game 12 hours straight. Would only leave the console to fulfill bodily functions.
Basic functions, yes.
Yeah, so I've really got to limit him. And my middle child, she has a really nice balance. She reads books and she does other things, so she's not so device driven, but she's really, really business savvy. She's learned how to make Robux on Roblox. So
nice.
Yeah, she's raking it in.
And it's tricky because you want to encourage that entrepreneurial spirit, but yeah.
There was this video going around of this little boy in his sleep, like going like this. And you saw that, didn't you? Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, and the parents were like really distraught over it, and he was crying in his sleep while he was doing this, and he must have been like 2 years old. Baby.
It makes sense. Like back in the day when I was a skatehead and we used to do sleepovers at mates' house. So there was one of our mates who used to have skateboarding dreams. He was doing kickflips and all sorts of stuff in his sleep. It was hilarious. So,
my sister was a ninja.
Kind of horrifying. Yeah.
If you ever shared a bed with my sister, she would kick the shit out of you.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right, so what does it actually say here? Legislation aimed at regulating certain internet services in the United Kingdom should cover activities in the metaverse, according to members of the House of Lords. Members in the House debated whether the online safety bill would cover certain harmful content users could come across in a virtual environment like the metaverse. Many lawmakers considered how regulations could address ghastly stuff, according to member Laura Finlay. The metaverse should not be beyond the scope of the bill, and nor should the environments created by it, said team member Clement Jones. If we do not include that kind of provider environment in its scope, we will fail our children and vulnerable adults, and we will be falling down on the job. Yeah. The tricky thing is, how do you go about that?
Yeah.
While maintaining people's autonomy and privacy and everything.
Yeah, and their respect to make their own decisions, and is it going to go the way of China, where it's they extremely limit the access to certain sites, devices, opportunities? Even famously, everyone says that the TikTok algorithm in China is completely different to the TikTok algorithm that they send to the rest of the world. Supposedly, the TikTok algorithm focuses on science and sporting achievements and positive things in China, whereas everywhere else it's throw an egg at random people on the street.
Well, yeah, there's 2 different apps, 3 if you include their dance app, because they keep their dance stuff separate to all their educational stuff. But yeah, they really focus on micro learning with their platform, and we get to just throw pasta at the walls, see what sticks and what becomes viral and shit. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's very different. But I think TikTok is a tool just like any other platform. So
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you are actively searching for educational material and you're cross-checking the people you're following, because that's really, really important. They need to be who they say they are. Especially if you're following doctors and nutritionists and, you know, scientists and molecular biologists and all the rest of it. Like, they need to have the credentials. So always cross-check that. But I actively search for educational content, just so that I'm not being bombarded with mindless entertainment bullshit.
Yeah. It's
I like mindless
It's-
entertainment bullshit.
that's the trap. That's the trap.
Every night I'm on Twitter and I'm just laughing my ass off. And it's just a great fucking escape because it's like, I don't know, it just makes me forget about everything else and I'm distracted. It's nice.
There's a reason
I do
everyone
it
loves
too.
a car crash. You know, it's and then the trouble is that once people who are content creators, the numbers speak for themselves. Like if you put a video together where you're doing, you know, here's how I macrame some freaking thing to give to my mum as a present, you know, that'll get a certain amount of views. But if you go and throw an egg at some random person on the street and they fall over and hit their head and cry, that's going to get, you know, 10 bazillion more views. Well, then you think, well, shit, I better make more content like that.
Australia's Funniest Home Videos was one of the highest ranking TV shows for years because of it. You know?
And it was always about the nut shots and things like that. That was always the funniest shit. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. What does it say here? Does it go on to say the crux of the argument from many members of the UK Parliament was based on the bill applying to anything communicated by means of an internet service? Well, that's tricky because people connect to the internet via their fridge, via everything nowadays.
Yeah, you could instead of putting some coins in a coin machine, now you can do it. Well, actually, you could do that in Japan and Finland already years ago, but now you can actually pay with credit card or your phone. Click.
There's smart fridges where it monitors, you know, your stock of milk and it'll just order it for you.
That's awesome.
When you get to a certain point, it's crazy how far that stuff's going.
We're becoming the Jetsons soon.
Yes, absolutely.
There was this story of a young girl who had her phone taken off her, and then she had her laptop taken off her, and then it was the gaming console that got taken off her, and then she lost access to the fridge because somehow, I don't know how she worked it out, but she managed to post to her social media through the fridge.
Wow.
That's what I mean. The kids that we didn't grow up with this stuff. This is something that came along when we were in our teens, when our, you know, brains were pretty much fully formed almost. But these kids have grown up with it. So yeah, their level of sophistication with these devices and what they can do is next level. So yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Where does it end?
Fridge.
Yes.
It'll be like the talking toaster in Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh my
Smart
God.
toilet. You can't ban kids from going to the toilet. So what do you do?
Eventually, we'll all have a Jarvis in our house.
Yes.
You have to put in a sprinkler system in the bathroom. So when they've been in there for far too long, the sprinkler system goes off. They'll probably just sit in there with that though.
Oh yeah, they would put up with it. Absolutely. Yes. All right. You two girls might have to take over this next article for a while because I got to go. And speaking of a sprinkler system, I got to go and use mine.
All right, just take your video off, or we're gonna have to answer to some Google bylaws. That'll be YouTube bylaws. That'll be the uncut show. All right, what's the next article? First, Metaverse architecture biennial architecture by architecture B converges global meta creators to reshape virtual realm. So yeah, I found this article as well. I I'm not for this. Like look at this. All right. Converging design and technology. Dirt Space, Metancy, and Worlds present the inaugural Metaverse architecture B, titled Presence of the Future, set amid the surreal virtual realms of Decentraland and Worlds. From the 21st to the 24th of September, the event will bring together creators from the globe to delve into the transformative power of architecture and design in reshaping the future of Web3 and the Metaverse. Now, when they say bring together creators across the globe, do they mean corporations, like high-end creators, or do they mean the regular people that
user-generated content?
So like I'm a big community fan. I love community. I want to buy most of my stuff in Upland from the community. That's why I love the level 2. I love that Upland is giving community a chance to create the fun for Upland, right? So I love that. I will support that all the time. So exhibiting participants include HWKN, Killer Design, Lava, PLP, Atrium, Sumim, Ham, Spaces DAO, Da, Prisma. Like, who are these creators of all levels? Further have the chance to exhibit alongside them by submitting their concepts and visualizations. All right, so creators of all levels have the chance to be with these really important designers. Now, if you scroll down, this does not look like anything I want to be in. It looks like a kid took a crayon and scribbled.
Yeah, and they're calling that like a sculpture.
It's arty farty. It's arty farty, and I'm not into it.
What's Decentraland, I believe.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
So Decentraland and Worlds can keep those hoity-toity people. Like, have you ever heard of Decentraland coming out with anything community created, like Upland? Because I haven't.
No. It's Decentraland, most of the stuff that we've covered on Decentraland has been like some sex toy company is doing a thing, and you go over and you think, oh, this will be a bit of fun. You go over there, there's like one person in there at best.
Yeah. One person.
It's just headline generations, and that's all part of that hype machine. So I think there's very little substance there because there's no community built. Without community, there is no substance. So.
Now, this is stupid. Over the course of 4-day festival, participants will have the opportunity to traverse with pavilions curated by the industry's top designers. Why are they the top designers? Because they pay a lot of money to be, as well as attend talks, lectures, and interactive performances. In addition, they will have the opportunity to discover cutting-edge solutions tailored for business operating within the metaverse. That's good. That's cool. That's cool. Like something that they can actually use,
Yeah.
They could take that and then come to Upland.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, we want these kind of businesses to get in and on board with the metaverse and have a good experience and think, okay, this is something we're going to divert more funds towards or push more funds towards. But is Decentraland the platform for that? There's as we said, there's no community there really, as far as I'm aware. So it's kind of hollow and hype-ish.
You know what though? I think maybe Decentraland, since it's so expensive, can purchase these big companies to do this stuff, and the companies really don't care as long as they're getting paid. And that's, you know what, let them keep it, because I'd rather have people like Elijah or people like Blue Rain or Shaq or innovators in Upland or Disjack, like just and Zoey, just like create this for me. Like I'd rather see what's in their heads, people I know and I talk to on a daily basis, people I see every day in my metaverse creating these, instead of like hoity-toities.
Yeah, you've been about that for a while, wanting to support,
Yeah.
the regular folks rather than the big companies, but we kind of need the big companies in there to get the exposure as well. So
We
it's
do,
balance.
but I don't know.
And
What
there's
is
two very clear paths that both Decentraland and Upland have taken. And one is very community based, where it's all,
Yes.
well, maybe not all user generated content, but a good portion of it is, and they
Good
listen to
portion.
us.
Yeah.
And Decentraland seems to be developed and aimed towards like
corporate?
higher
That's what it is.
society and
Yeah,
corporate
it's
and
corporate.
brands.
Yeah. And Sandbox is exactly the same. Like you look at Sandbox, the overview of the map, it's basically just a giant flex advertising platform. Yeah. There's other things associated with it, of course, but yeah. What does it say? Anticipated to attract over 50,000 visitors and boasting the participation of 10 pioneering architecture firms. The event will offer an opportunity to connect, collaborate, and co-create the future of architecture and design within the digital realm. Okay, that's fair enough.
No, I don't like
50,000 visitors?
50,000 visitors.
Realistic?
No.
4-day festival, 50,000 visitors,
And then
10,000 a day.
even if they got 50,000 visitors, that's stupid low. That's dorky low.
Yeah, it's tricky. And anything metaverse, you're not talking big numbers, really. There's no real mainstream numbers
I
to
bet
be had
you
anywhere.
they would attract more people, more technology people, especially if they made their stuff more community based and easier to get into. Like, I don't know.
And affordable.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's true.
easy to, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we covered up on that one.
That was my.
Oh no, here we go.
Yeah, look at that nastiness. That gives me vertigo.
Someone's eaten a roll of toilet paper and projectile vomited. Well, that's kind of cool.
Decentraland TP'd themselves.
Yeah. 21st to 24th of September. Yeah.
Thumbnail picture with all of us with TP on our faces.
Nice. That could be interesting. TP for my bunghole. Bunghole. I introduced my kids to cornholio a while back, and Maya was like, "What the hell is this?" But I even had her laughing her head off.
Cornholio, that's Beavis, right?
Yes, he's the best.
I used to do that all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
Get the shadow over the head.
An oldie but a goodie, yes. All right, moving on. Hong Kong International Airport launches Metaverse. So the Metaverse is dead, but look at this. International Airport's launching their own Metaverse? What?
That's pretty cool. Like, imagine one day you're in Upland and you head over to the airport in your area and you book flights and you get discount codes for booking them in Upland.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Upland.
Tie it in with the real world connection. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So together with JC Duclos, Transport Hong Kong International Airport has announced the launch of its first Metaverse. The campaign kicked off on July the 6th and runs through August 31st, offering brands an immersive virtual world through which they can engage international visitors and local travelers.
JC what? JC what?
What was it? JC Duclos.
I like that. No, that's perfect. No, I like the way you said because, and you put the accent there too.
The details. Airport users will be able to enjoy games powered by Web3 at corresponding booths. Visitors can pass through 3 different scenes: the departure hall, Skybridge, and the boarding gate to uncover the instructions for various games.
I love it.
I don't know about you, but when I'm in an international airport, especially with kids in tows, the last thing on my mind is using a device to chew up my battery. I'm usually stressed out of my mind thinking
the kids stuff. Could do it and leave you alone while you're trying to think. They're not death. Dad, crisps.
Next
crisps.
minute, my battery's flat. Well, you got a 10-hour flight. Suck it up, buttercup.
They have chargers all over airports everywhere, Ben.
Yes, they do now. Even on one of the planes, the plane we got to Japan had USB chargers on.
Oh, yeah.
So that was cool. The why, by gamifying the airport environment, the transport operator is hoping to provide visitors with a new way to immerse themselves in a virtual world and engage with brands like them. Well, absolutely. It's about gamifying boring, dreary stuff. And, you know, POAPs can come into play with this as well. There's a whole angle of things that can be done.
I just thought of something, and it's so random and off course, but I have to say it. You know
It's
how
not about goats again.
Not about goats. It's about eyeballs, though. So imagine, you know how people get all this work done to themselves to look different and this and that. I see a new trend where they have the side blinking eyelids, like the reptile people, so that people will get extra skin put underneath their current eyelids, and whenever they blink, all four sides blink. Wouldn't that be so cool? People do it. Not financial advice.
Or you get a tongue extension, like so a gecko, you can just wash your eyeball with your tongue.
Ooh, I could wash my glasses like that. Hands-free.
That would have some other potential possibilities as well.
Zoey!
Not bedroom advice. Do your own research.
But yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that trending because of all the reptile people news in the news.
Yes.
Oh, you saw the lady?
Yeah. That was crazy. Now they're trying to find her, and there's a big conspiracy on Twitter that nobody can find this woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she was the reptile. That's like as a flip the switch.
I saw the response from the guy who was accused of being a reptile.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
What did he say?
He was goading her and shit. He was muttering stuff under his breath, and he didn't think that she could hear it, and she could, and it made the whole situation so much worse.
Was he Australian? That sounds like something an Australian would do.
I don't know. I don't know where this thing, but this other guy was trying to get like money and notoriety, his 15 minutes of fame, because he said the guy looked back at him and winked at him, and then he said when he winked, it was a sideways wink.
Oh, so okay. So we've all seen different parts of this story. Because the guy who got accused actually said that he winked at one of the dudes behind him.
Yeah.
He was chuckling. He was chuckling along.
So he did actually wink at him. He is a reptile. He is a reptile.
Or he's just a shit-stirring content creator that wants to be famous on TikTok. You know, it's...
Well, the guy who... Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
Love a good reptile story.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. A good reptile story. We need more reptile stories. And then the British man, but he was like heavily on drugs and acid. So...
Well, I think that Sheila, that Karen that flipped out on the plane, I think she might have been on a micro dose of mushies or something, the way she reacted.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
All right. So to wrap this article up, it says the launch of their YIKES Metaverse further enhances YIKES advertising digital transformation. We believe Web3 tech is the hot trend, and introducing this new platform at YIKES Hong Kong International Airport will elevate engagement between brands and visitors to a whole new level. Absolutely. Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't say H-Kia. H.
Yes, all right. A few more to wrap up on. We better get through these lickety splits. The Bank of America is using AI and Metaverse to train new hires. This is another example where this is all pushing towards the space. I think this is very cool. Although I don't know why she had to get dressed up so fancy to sit at home and do her bank training. Cheetos and underpants for the win.
And look at her fancy coffee. It makes me want another coffee. I think there's one in the fridge for me too. H.
So it's a Sierra. When you arrive at Bank of America's new employee boot camp at the New York Hilton Midtown, oh, that's why she had to get dressed up, you'll find a VR headset waiting for you. Slide it on and you'll be confronted with an angry customer frustrated over a mix-up with their account. Your task, talk them down and make them feel heard, or you can practice keeping your cool while responding to a robbery and then unwind by relaxing on a virtual island or by sitting on a unicorn.
A unicorn, eh?
I think if you're training to be a bank employee, that's a short-term future prospect. We talked about this last week, that I can't tell you the last time I was in a bank. If you do go in the bank and say, hey, can I withdraw $2,000? They look at you like, oh, sorry, you're going to have to put an order in that because we don't have any money in the bank. Are bank robbers even a thing anymore? Yes. I don't know.
Actually,
If they're dumb.
When was the last time you were in the bank, Zoe? In the physical branch?
Yeah.
Probably about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Actually longer. No, yeah, about 10 years ago was the last time I was physically in a branch. Actually, no, that's a lie. I had to cash a check. So it was Christmas.
Okay.
10 years ago to this Christmas. I love it.
And that was because you were sent an inconvenient check. Yeah.
Yes.
We have bank drive-throughs. So it's kind of like getting fast food, but it's a bank, and it's so cool. So
we need that. Yeah,
when I go get my sandwiches, they only accept cash. So it's like, okay, weirdos. And then sometimes we have the those food markets here and you need cash. So we just pull up to the drive-through, get a thing of fries with that.
Many of the banks now here, like if you go to the banks that are in the shopping malls and this, that, and the other thing, it's just a wall of ATMs and you can deposit cash, you can do everything there. It's actually speaking to somebody physically in a bank. I think the last time I did that was when we were trying to get a home loan. So, yes. So, what does it say here? They're using artificial intelligence, virtual reality in the metaverse as part of the immersive training program. Yeah, we've been speaking about that. It's where it's all headed. It's going to push through to a whole range of sector. I still think it's a bit weird that they have to go physically to there, but I suppose if you don't have the headset, what do? You got to be there as part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
These simulations act like practice reps. Well, there's a whole bunch of people that are going to be out of a job because famously there's people that get hired to play that angry customer, or even EMTs. They get trained on people who are pretending they're having a heart attack. So,
You know what I used to do? And I'm so sorry. I find these stories. I used to go around. I got paid to go to Dunkin' Donuts and certain places and rate the customer service. And they would pay me like $40 a place to do this.
Yeah, what do they call those? Mystery shoppers.
Mystery shoppers, yes.
That's a good gig.
Yes. You were able to get it online, people were looking for this and you had to ask certain questions. You had to keep the receipt and then you had to rate your customer service and they actually sent you money to buy exactly what they want you to buy. And you have to show the receipt, and that's their way of knowing that you actually used it for good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fun little side note, because we were talking about robberies earlier. The most recent robbery was July 5th this year.
Really?
Yeah.
In where?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, well, they're done.
They're offering a $5,000 reward for anybody who can assist with information on who it was. And there were 3 robberies within 10 days.
Don't they have guns in Texas?
That's what I was going to say.
Pew, pew, pew.
If you're robbing a bank in Texas, you deserve the money.
Yeah.
They're calling him the sticky note bandit.
Oh, come on. No. Oh, come on.
I've got a puppy and I'm going to strangle him. Yeah.
Oh no! Stop, Ben.
Put the money in the bag.
Visions in my head.
Yes, I would think Texas would be the last state to have a bank robbery. if there was anybody in the branch, you think they'd be packing and end that pretty quick.
Yeah.
The
'Cause they don't
suspect
play.
entered dressed as a female and gave a threatening note. Oh, it was written on a sticky note. That's why it's called the sticky note bandit.
Sticky note bandit. Yeah,
Wow.
It's like the old, the finger in the shirt. Give me all your money. Ah, yes.
There was another
So
video
what
of
else
this
does it say?
guy trying to
Oh, wait.
rob a place, and nobody even reacted to him, and he's like, and then he just left.
Yeah, it's like the
Sorry, go
Crocodile
ahead.
Dundee thing. What are you doing? Mate, that ain't a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, same thing. Just totally oblivious to the local goings on. Yes. So yeah, I think this is a yada yada article, but I think the general, again, it's just the general baseline of where this is headed. I think that's the cool aspect. So we don't need to focus on that too much.
I got an eyeball
next up,
smudge. Sorry, go ahead.
speaking of everything moving in this direction, what is internet identity and how does it work? Internet identity is a new type of authentication for Web3. Here's what you should know about it. So, okay, so this kind of ties into Ready Play Me as your kind of your online avatar, the projection of you in the virtual spaces. Do you have to be KYC to get that?
I get what?
The Ready Player Me avatar in Upland, or is that open to everybody?
I'm not sure. I would hope
not
it's
sure.
KY. I'm trying to
I'm
exit out of that
KYC.
ad. I'm trying
Yeah.
to exit out of that ad on your screen.
I can't see one. Yes.
Click, 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 click.
Passwords are
Actually-
hard, okay? Even with password
Mhm.
managers to generate and autofill them, they're still a pain. Oh, here we go. Look. Wait. They're still a pain to use for all daily logins in our lives. The problem is that there aren't any great alternatives. However, the Web3 techs at Dfinity Foundation are working on a promising alternative. It is called
2.
2. Look,
Who does
something
number
is
2?
trying to crash my device.
Who is number
Or
2
internet
work for?
identity. And it could reshape
Ah.
our online security.
Oh, I.
Yeah.
Here's what we know. Aye.
Aye,
yes, that makes
Captain.
No.
Poor Ben.
It's a Web3 service that allows users to create an anchor for their physical devices, allowing them to sign into compatible devices securely instead of using password protection. Internet identity uses a chip on modern devices to automatically generate disposable passkeys that are protected with chain key cryptography. Think of it like a new speedy way to authenticate yourself when logging into a service. It's also bound up in other Web3 concepts, like the ability to create multiple online identities for yourself, hence the name. It also hides your digital footprint, protects you from identity theft and other benefits. All is enabled under the Dfinity Internet Computer Blockchain project. Interesting.
Isn't that Google Authenticator?
Pretty much,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, but-
cross-platform.
And
I think that's the key.
primarily Web3 or Web3 integrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is Web3 integrated. Do you want to know how many things I have on my, like if
Authenticator,
you look
yeah.
here, it's like,
I guess the point is that it just automatically does it for you. So if you were to jump from Upland to Decentraland to the bank frickin' Web3 portal, it's just, it all carries over.
no,
That's,
yeah, but I have Gala on here, Upland, Dropbox, Discord, Nintendo, Activision, Wombat. I don't
Yeah.
know.
so this all depends on blockchain stuff, right? Is that safe? Yes, it's based on Web3 and blockchain tech. However, unlike other stories that reach the headlines involving blockchain boondoggles, this is, what the hell does that mean? This is all fairly innocuous stuff. You don't need to own a blockchain token to use internet identity. You're not paying for anything. Developers pay for the blockchain computations on their end. The process was designed to stay away from financial motivators and focus on privacy. Yeah, that's cool. But I don't know. It seems What does it
Janky,
say?
as you would
Yeah.
say.
internet
Like-
identity. Yep, go.
I think something like this would be good if it was, say, Service New South Wales or like the place you'd go and get your license from.
Yes.
I think if it was government run and if it was based on the corporations you go and get your actual identity from, then it could streamline so much and make life so much easier for so many people. Like I just got fished, and so now I've got to go through every single website and platform I own and change all of my passwords again just in case.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it's that boring bureaucracy stuff that it will have the biggest mainstream impact. You're right, you know, whether it be driver's licenses or any kind of ID sort of situation. Yeah, absolutely. Passports, you name it.
And I don't know if I want everything to be connected. Like, let's say, for example, my phone, like somebody takes my phone as soon as I put it down and it didn't have a chance to lock.
Yep.
Like they can have a ball with all of my stuff. So,
and there's still ways to get around that as well. So yeah, I guess it's a slippery slope. Like, how far do you push in this direction before you get to a social credit score China situation? There's a fine line in there somewhere. That's tricky to balance. All right, blah 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 blah.
Tricky.
Is it all better than passwords? Yeah, well, passwords are not infallible. All right, we'll move on from that.
I don't think anything will be infallible, and I think whatever new systems get implemented, we're going to wind up facing the new risks and challenges.
Yeah, I had somebody reached out, somebody tagged Cheese and I through the week in general. People were talking about treasure hunting, and someone said, "Oh, BEN68 and Morecheese put a video about this," and that person reached out to me and said in DM, you know, "Is this true?" And I linked them to the video and the timestamp, and I said, "Look, this is, even if Upland does address this, there's going to be 10 more that pop up like it. There's only so much they can do because there's some very smart people out there, and if there's a way to game the system to people's advantage, they're going to do it. That's just what it is. So it doesn't make it right, doesn't make it cool, but you just got to know what you're playing with.
Yeah,
it's the thrill of it.
It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to scam treasure hunters in Upland. Yeah.
Just over like 21 minutes to eat my.
All right, next up. This one looks kind of interesting, Cheese.
Ooh. Whoa. So you could put it on and the book is in front of you? Oh my God.
I don't know what this is about because I only grabbed the headline and I saw the picture and I thought, okay, we'll dive into this. I can imagine something like this paired with, you know, Google Translate or ChatGPT or something where, you know, you're on holidays in China, for example, and you're walking around Beijing and you take it's like that movie that we always talk about. You know, they take the glasses off and it's like no, you put the glasses on or which way, and it's like buy, consume, and that sort of stuff. So
obey.
You put these on and it's going to automatically translate all the signs. You know, if you're in a restaurant in Italy and you're sitting down, you're looking at the menu, well, you put these on and it translates to your language.
That would be hella cool.
I'm gonna play against you and say this is just for reading. Like,
in what way would that enhance it?
Like you don't have to hold the book.
So it's like
you lay down, you put your glasses on, and you just read the book in front of you.
What are those tablets called?
You gotta hold them.
Kindle. It's like your Kindle stuck on your eyeballs. Yeah, like you don't have to physically hold hands-free Kindle. Yeah. That's cool. All right, let's find out.
Let's find out.
Emerging tech company Soul. Oh, freaking ads. Hang on.
You look so happy. Oh, because he's drinking coffee. Oh, bastard.
Stupid ad. Emerging tech company Soul Reader announced Thursday the launch of its first ever virtual reality glasses. The product will be dedicated to reading in the metaverse. The new glasses will carry the company's name alongside 2 e-ink lenses to enhance the feeling of an actual reading experience. Yeah, so you're right. The glasses can browse various formats of files while reading, such as EPUB files and digital book formats. Ding, ding, ding. You're on the money, cheese.
What's that
Soul reader
pink thing?
glasses have LED quality, side lighting function, blah, blah, blah.
Pink ball skipping. Whoa, a finger. I need a finger in my life. What is that pink thing?
Imagine this is picking up on my internet search algorithm and saying, this is what you need to buy, Ben. Whoops.
Yeah, those pink, like, it looks like you put it up your butt. Ball skipping. What is the words?
It looks like my Wish ads.
Ball slapping? I don't know.
Balls, you slap your balls with those.
Yes.
Okay.
Reader.
Go back.
Soul reader lenses also support AI, and they support systems that respond quickly to the user's eye movements while reading. The glasses have a sensor that automatically adjusts the level of ambient light to provide the reader with the best mood for reading. Moreover, they will give the users the ability to see everything around them. Okay, so your reading is going to be projected.
So like clear
somehow.
pages.
Yeah, and you still get your peripheral or whatever.
So it's like you're holding your Kindle, but you can still see over here and there.
Yeah, that's good. Rechargeable battery that lasts for 25 hours and needs at least 2 hours to be fully charged. The reading glasses will cost $350 globally.
That's not bad.
Outrageous.
Yeah,
I'd get a set.
Imagine the people with disabilities. Imagine the people who have no hands, no arms. Like, they could relax in their freaking bed, enjoy a great fucking book without having any worries, and they could see the world around them just to like get away from that paranoid where you can't see anything coming for you. I think this is amazing.
Imagine if they put speakers in it.
Yeah, well, that's probably the next iteration.
Audio books as well, and maybe have like a running image for the scenes. Yeah.
Read along.
It doesn't mention anything about prescription options. That would be a significant cost to bung onto it, I would imagine. And they are quite chunky. However, it's emerging tech. It always starts out chunky and expensive. So we'd expect these to slim down at some stage.
It's still a lot slimmer than what I remember the actual VR goggles being.
Yeah.
Like the newer generation ones that are coming out. So
absolutely.
Yeah, augmented is usually a lot more slimmer though than VR.
So no, it'll be exciting to see where this heads. I think ultimately we're going to end up in a space where this is all merged into one. At the moment we've got, you've got your VR glasses, you've got AR stuff, and then you've got these reading stuff. Fast forward 10 years, it's all going to be in the one headset.
I'm reading your trending now section. I actually saw a video of that Ocean Gate thing imploding. Like, they used AI on it.
Simulator.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, the thing is that, I watched the thing on that, and it would have happened so fast that they wouldn't have had any time to process anything. It's just, you're alive. Yeah, this is great.
And you're dead. They said 1/5 of a millisecond.
Yeah, there's no oh shit, or there's nothing like that. It's just you're here and then you're not, and just obliterated into smush.
Yeah. That's a good way to die, actually.
What a way to go.
That's
food for plankton.
You don't feel it. Yeah, quick. I mean, not if you're a billionaire like most of them were, like you want to enjoy life a little more. But if you were terminally ill, that would be a great adventure.
If you're prepared to fuck around, don't be surprised to find out.
Yeah. And you get to see some pretty things on the way down too.
Yeah. Yes, for a time. All right, 2 more to touch on. And I should have preloaded this. I'll preload that. This is hilarious. Truth Social. Do you know what Truth Social is? That's like the Trump's version of Twitter, basically. He created his own. When he got banned from Twitter, he created his own social media platform, Truth Social, to begin paying content creators in limited edition Trump NFT trading cards.
The
So
original ones that sold?
I don't. Well, they sold out, so I can't imagine they'd do that. They'd just have to print more.
Their new limited
That's-
edition.
No, wasn't it? Wasn't part of the scandal that Trump, the Trump wallet retained most of the best ones for themselves? Wasn't that part of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, I'll put some
hilarious.
content on there. I want a Trump NFT. I don't like the guy, but I'm a collector.
And you know that there's a huge following out there for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In response to Twitter now paying large sums of money in ad revenue sharing to content creators, rival social media platform Truth Social has announced that its users will now begin receiving payments in Donald Trump NFT trading cards.
Wow.
This is every bit as lucrative as cash payments, said Truth Social CEO Devin Nunes. These trading cards feature President Trump in a blah, 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 blah.
Like Trump is up there in age, you know. If I don't wish any bad on anybody, even if I don't like him, but let's say, he passes, these cards will pump to outrageous amounts.
However,
I like that.
What is the history that we have seen with projects like this? We have seen projects like NFT projects, that shitty green one as an example. They pay their members, their content creators, in the token associated with their coin. If you're getting paid in the token, you want to turn that into pay the bills money. So what do you do?
Say token?
Token, yeah, token. And what do? You play the drop the floor battle. It's the race to the bottom.
But that's with anything, Ben. That's a pump and dump. This is a pump and dump.
Yeah.
Definitely. You get this, you hold it. As soon as you hear any sort of news that makes it fly, you sell to some poor sob out there.
So if I was somebody that did go FOMO into the original Trump trading card thing and I read this, I'd be a bit like, hang on a minute, this is going to drop prices.
I'd put alarms.
Drastically.
I'd put alarms on anything Trump news.
Yes. All right.
I don't think it's going to be as lucrative as cash, though, because, I mean, if you've got cash, you can just buy one.
Yeah, but they're expensive. Like they are like they went from whatever it costs to mint them to outrageous amounts already.
Absolutely. Who's got a Trump accent? An impression? Oh, I can't do it.
No, that's
former President
Biden.
Trump was quick to. Oh my God, Biden! Me and Maya watched a video of him at one of those G20 summits trying to talk, and he was just speaking. It was absolute gobbledygook.
They really need to hire more younger people for president. They need America. Nothing. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not just America, but we definitely do need. We definitely do need to hire younger people to be the president because it's just crazy.
I don't know of any other country that has a world leader that's an Alzheimer's old grandpa that can't even walk upstairs or talk.
Former President Trump, the best president, was quick to sing the praises of Truth Social, the best social media news initiative. These trading cards, the best trading cards, are easily worth millions, so much millions. He wrote in the post on the platform, the most beautiful, did I mention that they're worth millions, NFT trading cards ever? Maybe even of all time in the whole world, all over the place, even in the aliens, they're collecting these. And if I ever decide to return to Twitter, I might, you don't know, it's a possibility. Though I'm very happy here at Truth Social, I will become the highest paid Twitter user of all time, everywhere, over anyone. DeSanctimonious, does he even know that word? Won't even be close. Oh, DeSantis! Mega! All right, so I found someone I hate more than Trump, and that's DeSantis.
I think you nailed the mannerisms there. The accent, the accent,
work on the accent,
bit of that, but the mannerisms nailed it. Yes,
yeah,
the fluffing, perfect.
The fluffing,
my face. My face hurts.
Yes.
Trump fans out there, please don't be mad at me. All in good fun.
Yes, Truth Social's leadership reportedly hopes the platform's large contingent of loyal Trump followers will eventually turn the trading cards into a currency of its own.
Oh, and I was going to do it in Biden's talk and do a lot of gobbledygook. So just to be fair to the other people.
Well, if you want to read it in Biden, you just read it backwards. Agama,
Mega, close me even won't the sanctimonious.
Yes. And what's his wife name? You just got to throw his wife name in there every now and then.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. She's
and mention something about ice cream, and you're good to go.
Ice cream. I could go for some ice cream.
Well, we're getting all political. Apologies. At publishing time, Meta's news. And then, Meta, of course, is trying to compete as well with their Threads app.
I was going to try it, but then like it connects to your Instagram, and I don't want to touch anything that connects to my Instagram.
Yes. What does it
He's
say? Meta's
also
new
working.
Threads.
Sorry.
Yep. No, go ahead.
He's also working on his own version of Twitter.
Threads.
Yeah, well, that's what this is. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, and like she said, to gain access to that, it's got to be tied to your Instagram account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means it's linked to Facebook.
And the app was rumored to be preparing to offer content creators Zuckerbucks. What?
Look, I'm in the fist again, Ben. I'm in the fist.
I can see you disappearing there. Yeah, you're being choked. Though they can only be used to buy virtual accessories for your avatar in the metaverse. I say you're going to be paid in fake money to buy bling for your avatar in the metaverse. So he's keeping it in-house.
Wow.
At least with Trump's, you have the option to sell it for, to bleed that into actual pay the bills money.
Zuckerberg. Wow. Wow.
He's all about the centralization.
Oh man. He just made probably Elon Musk go, oh, thank God.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So if you're interested in some Trump NFTs and you missed out on the initial sale and you want to get some, head on over to True Social and see how you can become a content creator.
It's actually a good deal for anybody with any positions on Trump.
Yes. All right. And last but not least, or maybe it is least. Oh no, I think I picked this one for you because it's a Web3 gaming one. Why are gaming websites so horrendous?
Oh my fucking God. Are you
What
shitting
a busy
me?
page.
Helsinki. What is
Pocketgamer.biz. All right. So take that headline away.
I'm so squirreled. Dive into Web3 artificial intelligence and the evolution of games at Pocket Gamer connects Helsinki.
Yes.
Insightful talks, the best kept industry secrets, and more reveal that this is September's PG. I don't know. This sounds greasy.
I wonder what games it's going to touch on. Let me just go that to grandpa size so I can actually read it. So this September 12th to 13th, our Pocket Gamer Connects B2B Games Industry Conference Series is returning to the spiritual home of mobile gaming. Get ready for another year of unforgettable expert-led sessions, unparalleled networking opportunities, and industry-led matchmaking opportunities. Helsinki is widely regarded as a cutting-edge mobile gaming production hub. Is it? I didn't know that.
Well, they had Nokia there. I mean, I don't know about mobile gaming, but they had like one of the best phones of all time in the early 90s.
There you go. And due to its robust tech sector, favourable government initiatives, and flourishing startup environment, the city has become a prime destination not only for mobile, PC, and console gaming development, but also as a key location with the industry for the emergence and growth of innovative technologies, including AR, Web3, and virtual reality.
Cool.
Blah, 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 blah. Showcasing early bird offer tickets are still available. Save up to £330. How much does the freaking ticket cost?
Oh shit!
If that's what you're saving.
Jesus.
What the fuck? Yeah.
I wonder if it says the prices, global trends, blah blah blah. Grab your tickets now. I'll book your ticket early and save. Let me just. I'll let that open up and see what that says. All right. So what It says gaming. The theme is going to be future tech, Web3, XR and AI. Sure, tracks under this theme, virtual visions.
Why wouldn't they
Web3
leave it so
wonders.
that everybody has an opportunity to attend this? That's gross.
Maybe it means for the creators or something. Doesn't seem like it though, does it?
Like the creators are getting people coming in and networking. Like,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
want more people.
It sounds like the kind of event I'd want to go to.
Yeah, it's like it has lots of good stuff.
Let's see. Go to the other thing and let's see how much it costs.
Let's see how much they are. Well, what do you guess? If you're saving 330, I'm saying it's going to be 1,500 baseline.
2,500.
I reckon
You've
about
gone
a
higher?
grand.
A grand, so you've gone lower. All right, let's see. Registration, Helsinki. Select your ticket type below. Huh?
Wow.
How does that make sense? Oh, that's if you're an
Ah.
indie developer. All right. Well, how about if you just said Joe Blow? Publisher, 370. Early bird standard professional ticket, 600 pounds. VIP conference, 1,344. Indie expo table, 365. Student developer, 75. Okay, so
All right,
just a
that's
little bit
good.
misleading.
Those are pretty good. The 75
Yeah.
is good, and the indie tech person. VIP,
Indie
I
expo
mean, yeah, I
table.
would expect that for VIP.
Yeah, professional early bird developer. Okay, so that's reasonable. Indie developer, 170. Okay, so that's a bit weird how they're advertising it as save 330 when
that's
many of
a
the options are cheaper.
bad way to
And that's
split
in
it.
pounds too. So there's going to be an exchange rate for anybody who's interested.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
triple
there.
our money, isn't it? I think the pound
Yep.
is almost triple.
Yep.
What's
Whereas the USD is almost double.
double, yeah. What's on? Get involved. Okay, the big indie bone, the very big indie pitch. Yeah, it seems like a cool thing. Investor Connect. Oh, I thought it was going to actually go into what the games were that they're going to talk about, but it seems like it's just a full-on conference thing. So there'll
Yeah,
be
the event
a whole
itself.
swag. Yeah. All right. Well, if you're in Helsinki or you want to go for a trip to Helsinki, it might be worth checking that one out. Link will be in the description. You can get
Oh,
yourself
when is it for?
some
Because we might
tickets.
be taking
September.
a trip. September, eh?
September 12th to 13th.
Oh, yes. All right, cool. Maybe I'll be taking a trip to Finland then.
Yeah, mobile, XR, PC, console,
We
Web3,
haven't seen our
AI,
family
and more.
in like 3 years, maybe more.
Well, there you go.
Definitely.
Sign
Two
up.
birds,
Yeah,
one
so
stone.
might be worth diving into. All right. Well, that's we started off. I said, "Geez, I hope you've got some articles because I've got freaking nothing." And I think we managed to drag out a show. If you stuck around with us this long and followed us to the end, well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Don't forget to get your LFG acronym in there with some sort of giveaway that we'll work out on the back end. Might be, I don't know, maybe Cheese will do an NFT of somebody fucking a goat. Who knows?
I want to keep my whitelist.
Oh,
I want to
yes.
keep my whitelist.
Yes. I have to
But
wait.
yeah, maybe I will make some sort of art in regards to the winner.
Now, it would be remiss for us to bail out of here before we mention thank you very much to our extra special co-host, Zoey, for jumping in at Mofo AM Australian time.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you would wish to spam, promote, get out there? Take it away.
I am not prepared. No, not right now.
So good. So yes, Zoey does have a number of projects on the way. So we'll have links to Zoey's social medias and whatnot in the description. So if you want to tap the old Zozo on the shoulder and see what she's got going on.
I don't know if it's because I see my windows right now as Zoey, me, and then you're at the bottom. So I usually like try to reach over Zoey, but like she'll probably be on the bottom when we watch.
To me, you're on the bottom and Zoe's on your right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd be poking her up the nose. Yes. All right. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Yeah. Go home.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to get out there, Cheese, before we wrap up?
Buy my stuff in Upland Kingdoms, please. I sold 78 peasants last night for like 40,000 UPX.
It's all right. Human
that's
trafficking
epic.
in the metaverse. Love it.
And I stole them too, so they weren't even mine. I'm not going to
You
even
stole-
tell you.
You stole some peasants and
I
sold them.
stole them. I have this system. I know when people are in a certain area, and if that property is on sale, Cheese is going to buy it.
Yeah, you did mention that. That's become a whole new mechanic almost, or another factor that you can look into if you so choose. That could be very lucrative.
Yeah.
Well, if you've bought like a shitty LA burner property and you've been able to put an extra 40K price on top of that because it's got peasants on it, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it was only like 4,000 above the mint price. So
Wow. Nice.
like, so hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your peasants, because Cheese is coming out of there.
Yes, what's that famous Conan quote? Something about the lamentations of your women, and children. You're taking no prisoners. Conan.
I was
We're taking
thinking-
all the prisoners.
Yeah.
I'm taking people and selling. Oh my God, I'm a metaverse human trafficker.
You are. You
I'm
suddenly
looking at-
don't look like you know how to feel about that.
No, I'm not going to do it anymore. That's harsh. And I
It is a
felt
bit of
bad for the
business.
person I did it to, but I only do it in the top 10. So if you're in
Look.
the top 10, make sure, your properties are not for sale. If your properties are for sale, you're asking for me to take your troops, your peasants, your farmers, whatever it may be.
Are you
Yes.
stealing them or are you liberating them?
I'm stealing them. And then I'm selling them to the highest bidder. So
It's
I'm definitely
all perspective. It's all perspective.
It's definitely a grease mechanic. Yes.
the grease mechanic, definitely. I'm being greasy. I know it. Even if you hate me, we have something in common. We don't hate money or UPX. So let's make a deal. All right, should I take us out of here?
Get us out of here before we get ourselves cancelled.
All right, yeah. Oh my fucking God. Fucking sheep, human trafficking. There's some hashtags for the video. All right. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Woo!
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up.
Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the drive. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. 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 Time for wine and cheese.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do ya? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do ya? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.